Hi, my name is Sumesh Balakrishnan from the product management team. Welcome to the session about enhanced availability, scalability, and security with Enterprise Manager 24 AI. Our agenda for today's session will focus on Enterprise Manager 24 AI overview and architecture. Next, we will review the security enhancements in this release. And finally, we will review the monitoring the manager feature in this release. In Enterprise Manager 24 AI, we have four key focus areas. The first focus area is platform modernization. The second is features improving operational continuity of Enterprise Manager. The third is the integration with Gen AI to help with troubleshooting and diagnostics. The fourth is about performance and automation. Modernized platform for operational continuity. Enterprise Manager 24 AI brings a lot of new features and enhancements to meet the evolving needs of our users. The architectural enhancements we have introduced in Enterprise Manager 24 AI enable a highly available, scalable, and performant environment. Also, this new release introduces new services such as zero downtime monitoring service and zero downtime job service for operational continuity. In this release, you will see a new highly available remote agents enable remote monitoring and management of targets. Also, in this Enterprise Manager 24 AI release, we are also introducing the new generative AI assistant called Ask EM, where you can interact using natural language to make informed decisions when investigating performance or availability issues. Let's review the architecture. Enterprise Manager, as you all know, is crucial for providing 24/7 monitoring of your mission critical targets. In the current Enterprise Manager 13C architecture, the Oracle Management Service, which we call as OMS, is built as a single monolith application that includes console service and platform background service. So what's the current challenge in this current architecture? So one of the limitations of the current OMS setup is that it cannot sustain continuous monitoring during planned maintenance. So to address these gaps in the current architecture, we have implemented the rapid platform update method to patch OMS. And this method optimizes the patching process and helps in reducing the maintenance window for the customers. While even they use this rapid platform update, there is still the OMS is down for a short duration of time, and there is a downtime involved in this method where there is no monitoring visibility. But despite all these efforts that we have done, the current architecture still lacks what we call is the zero downtime monitoring. Because the zero downtime monitoring would allow for continuous operation and monitoring even during planned maintenance. And this is the capability that customers are increasingly seeking, especially in environments where Enterprise Manager uptime is very critical. Let's review our goals for Enterprise Manager 24 AI. And you all might want to know why we re-architected Enterprise Manager. Well, our re-architecture is mainly focused on transforming Enterprise Manager into a modern platform that operates continuously and performs efficiently, positioning us for ongoing growth and innovation in the future. So with that, the first goal is all about continuous monitoring. The need for continuous operation was a priority. Hence, we thought moving away from a traditional monolith architecture to a dual container architecture, we could establish a system that supports zero downtime operations. With a dedicated zero downtime container, and it runs critical services such as monitoring and job will be remaining accessible during planned maintenance. So the services that runs inside the ZDT container will be available for continuous monitoring during planned maintenance. The second goal is all about making the modularity or modular service. To make the system more agile and adaptable, we chose to split the enterprise manager into modular services. So instead of one large application, we have developed smaller independent services. This modularity will allow us to adopt modern technologies more easily, accelerating innovation and reducing our time to market for updates and new features. The third goal is all about making lightweight application. Finally, we aim to streamline the system by reducing dependencies on legacy components. So this new lightweight architecture means our services can operate independently, which boosts performance, enhances user experience, and support greater scalability as our needs evolve. Let's dive in and review our modernized platform. Let's take a closer look at the evolution of Enterprise Manager architecture and how it has been modernized to better support operational needs and continuous monitoring. The first on that is the dual container architecture. One of the most important advancements in this evolution is the introduction of a dual container architecture. So the architecture is now split into two containers. So the first container, as you can see here, is the WebLogic container. This is where the traditional enterprise manager services such as console and platform background service will continue to run, and it maintaining the functionality that has been familiar in the previous versions. The second is what we are introducing as part of this EM24 AI architecture, which is the zero downtime WebLogic container. So the schema and services in this new zero downtime container is specifically designed to support continuous monitoring, ensuring that the key services remain available during planned maintenance. So the ZDT services included in this container are monitoring service, login application, and more will continue in the future. Let's review the services running inside the zero downtime WebLogic container. So in that, the first is the monitoring service. So monitoring service will provide full monitoring at all times, even when the enterprise manager is under planned maintenance. So thereby you will get full alerting, notification capabilities, including incident ticket creation and corrective actions. So what is the benefit? So there is no monitoring blind spots, enables you to meet your SLA goals. The second is about the login application. Now the login application is deployed in the zero downtime WebLogic container, and this login app provides an authentication solution for both ZDT services and the monolith service. In our new architecture, we are introducing the API gateway as a replacement for Oracle HTTP server, which we called as OHS. Let's break down its roles and see what benefit it brings. One other thing is about the external communication. The API gateway now acts as a single entry point for all external communication. This includes handling everything from user traffic, API calls to agent communication, and this centralized entry improves and simplifies how we manage the traffic. Along with that, it also helps with the OMS availability management. So the API gateway actively monitors the health and status of both monolith application and the zero downtime WebLogic container, which helps us to quickly detect and respond to any service issues, enhancing the overall reliability on the system. Also, when it comes to listening port and load balancer, so here to ensure a smooth transition, the API gateway uses the same port that was previously managed by OHS for console access and upload functions. Also, since we are replacing OHS with API gateway, there is no need to change any configuration at the load balancer level. So that means users will continue to access the URL without any modifications to the load balancer configuration. Also, in the context of upgrade, when you're upgrading from 13.5 to 24 AI, whatever the port that was consumed by the OHS in your previous version, the same port will be used by API Gateway once you upgrade your system. And also, there is no change at the load balancer level. So after your upgrade, your end users will continue to access the load balancer without any modifications to it. And also, lastly, about the configuration. The API gateway, we have extended the emctl command to manage the API gateway, so you can run all the secure configuration in the way that you have already done. For example, if you have done the secure configuration for OHS using the emctl command, similarly, after you upgrade or after you install 24AI, you will be able to still run all the secure configurations to make your API gateway secure with all your secure configurations like your certificates, your HSTS, and so on. So in this new architecture, the OMS is divided into 2 Oracle homes along with the instance home. So you can see on the right-hand side, you will see there is an OMS home and there is an extended OMS home. So in the OMS home, which is the primary home where we install the essential software binaries for the monolith WebLogic container, and it includes all the core components like WebLogic server, the JDK, and it also contains the plugins. And in this new home, where we call as the extended OMS home, is dedicated to support the ZDT services. And here we install software binaries specifically for ZDT services that includes WebLogic server, the JDK, API gateway, and so on. And this in this extended home, the critical ZDT services such as monitoring and login will be running from this extended OMS home. And when it comes to the log file location, we are keeping the similar log file as you might be already familiar with the EMOS log and EMOS trace files. But for the specific monitoring and the login app, we have created new log files that we are, for example, monitoring, we are keeping the log file as EMOS_ms.log or trace. So this an additional log file that we are keeping it for the monitoring and the login services that are running inside the ZDT container. So in this new architecture, we have also enhanced emctl to manage the servers operating across both the monolith and the ZDT container, while keeping the same user experience consistent. So here you can see, for example, this is an output of the emctl status OMS. So here we are keeping the same behavior like you see even today with the 13.5 version. If you run emctl status OMS, we show the same output. So we are keeping the same consistent behavior in the 24 version as well. And this is another example where if you run emctl status OMS fn details command, we show today we show the domain details, the GC domain. So we have included to show the extended domain details as part of the emctl status OMS fn details command. And this is an example of that. So let's review the security enhancements in this new architecture. As I updated before, the login app is now deployed in the ZDT container. The login app provides the authentication solution for ZDT services and the monolith services. Also, when it comes to LDAP, LDAP is now configured in both monolith container as well as the ZDT container. And when it comes to the single sign-on authentication, the SSO, as you all know, we have moved to SAML support in 13.5 itself. And also, if you are using Oracle Access Manager using WebGate, that is not supported in Enterprise Manager 24 AI. Also, as part of the security hardening, Enterprise Manager 24 AI only supports TLS 1.2 protocol for secure communication. So if there are any older agents 13.5 in an upgraded environment which are still using TLS 1.1, then post-upgrade, those agents will not be able to communicate with the 24.1 OMS. So ensure that before you plan for an upgrade, you make sure all the agents which are running with, say, TLS 1.1, you bring them up to TLS 1.2 so that post-upgrade, those agents will be able to communicate with the 24.1 OMS. Also, in the current Enterprise Manager 13C, the repository credentials and EM key are stored in Oracle Platform Security Service, which we call it as OPSS credential store. So in Enterprise Manager 24 AI, OPS's component is not installed in the new OMS extended home. So the new credential store has to be created, and this new credential store will be created as part of the Enterprise Manager setup, and the repository credential and EM key are stored in that credential store. So what is the benefit of that is that the ZDT services running from the new extended home will use the credential store to connect to the repository database. So that's a change with respect to the security area in Enterprise Manager 24 AI. Let's review the new changes in Manage the Manager feature. Enterprise Manager 24 AI introduces new domain and components. So post installing or upgrading to Enterprise Manager 24 AI, you will see the new ZDT domain called EMEXT domain target per OMS is discovered automatically. The domain target contains admin server, which is the EMEXT domain, EMEXT admin server, and the managed server that is called EMEXT OMS1_ZDT. So along with that, we also show two new OMS service application. One is the monitoring service, and the second one is the login app. Along with that, we will also show the console and the platform background service. Here in the screenshot, you will see the domain targets EMEXT domain is created per OMS. Inside each domain target, you will see managed server and the admin server will be running. So here, if you see the EMEXT domain 1 that is created per OMS, and as I highlighted, it is the multi-OMS system, so there will be two EMEXT domain 1 per OMS. This is the OMS target homepage where we show the extended OMS home details along with the OMS API gateway target name. In the OMS application section, you will see we have added a monitoring service and login application target. And if you click on the target, it will take you to the service homepage where you can see the availability status and the metrics for the target. So this is a new, like if you see under the OMS application, we have added the monitoring and the login app along with the console and PBS, which is new in 24 AI. So this is another example of the management servers list page where we show under the WebLogic administration server, we show the admin server status along with the details. And on the bottom of the screen, you can see that we show per OMS the WebLogic server running per OMS with their CPU usage and the heap usage. So on the first row, we show the WebLogic server, and on above that, we show also the CPU usage and the corresponding heap usage. So on the middle, you can see the status where we show the number. For example, here we show the status with 4. So that means per OMS, we show all the 4 applications running. For example, we show the monitoring, login, the console, and the PBS. So that constitutes a 4 service application, and we show the overall status of those 4 applications. But if you click on that number 4, we will list all the 4 service applications, which I mentioned, like the monitoring service, the login service, the console service, and the platform background service. So within that, you can click on that, and it will take you to the service homepage where we show the metrics for those service application. And this is an example of an API gateway target homepage where we show the availability of the API gateway. Along with the availability, we also show some of the key metrics. For example, here we show the JVM heap memory usage and also the JVM thread count usage for the API gateway target. So thank you all for joining our session today. For more information about Oracle Enterprise Manager, check out our resources listed here. Thank you. Thank you for joining.